All right, we have another crazy cool knife from WinterBlade from the mind of Brian Winter. This is the Severn, I think is how you pronounce it. It's Seven with an R mixed in there. So, okay, whatever. So these were on pre-order. My friend Guri bought this. It comes with certificate of authenticity stuff, a microfiber cloth, and a nice zippered pouch. Okay, pretty standard affair there. Normally, what he is known for is his use of magnets in knives. This particular one, however, does not use magnets in the mechanism. There is a magnet, and we'll get to that, but it is a spring. It is kind of access lock-ish, and with a secret, with a hidden little bonus. There is a spine lock. That is super cool. More companies need to come up with that. So let's just talk about that right now. On their website, they say they were the first and only people to come out with a lock that you could use with the bar and the spine. They were the first. And they might have been the first. I don't know when this model came out versus the tactile knife company's Chupacabra, but it's similar. It doesn't have a hidden little spring-loaded tab. It just sticks out. But I recently did a video on that also. So I don't know the timing. Irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. I think that is super cool. Even when the blade is out, it's still hidden. But there's enough grip on all sides of that it doesn't matter. As you run your finger on it, it's going to lift up. You don't need to try to lift it up. It just does. And if you don't lift it up, there's enough grip that it pulls it back anyway. I'm just pushing down. So I think that is a super cool aspect of this knife. The rest of it is just normal mechanics with springs and whatnot. There is a magnet on the thumb stud, and we'll get to that in a second. This is the collector's edition in green anodized aluminum scales with laser waves. I think it looks cool. They also did one in orange with the laser waves, and they did a few other collector editions. They're making 200, I believe, in each collector edition. So 200 of the green ones, 200 of the orange ones, 200 in the black ones, of the collector editions. And then there's other ones where they're just going to make a whole bunch, right? They didn't put a limit on. Okay. They are currently all sold out, I believe. So don't try. I'll put a link to his website down below. You can go check it out. But you have aluminum scales. You have a PVD coated 3D milled titanium pocket clip. All T8 hardware, body screws, and pivot. Super cool. I love when they use just one hardware type or size. Always thought we should try to build a car where they're like 3 different sizes instead of 27 different sizes. And in the car, some are metric, some are standard, some are screwdriver tips, some are Phillips, some are flatheads, some are Torx. You gotta pull out so many tools to do jobs on your cars. It's crazy. Stick with one type of fastener. Maybe they're not all the same size, but they're all hex heads. Or they're all Torx. Like maybe 2 or 3 things, right? Like maybe around the dash, it's, button head screws or something. But try to narrow it down. So I applaud Brian for coming up with this using just one T8 for all of them. Okay. You have a magnet cut blade, stonewashed in this particular configuration. Some other configuration, they had laser bacon Damascus looking, but it was lasered on. I don't really go that way because I just happen to have a Bacon Damascus right here. That is true, Bacon Damascus. So when companies do laser etching of Damascus patterns and things like that, it just kind of bugs me a little bit. That's a personal thing. So this thing is pretty fidgety. You can thumb it open. You can reverse flick it open. You can just pull the lock and flip it open. You can thumb stud it or thumb hole it as well. So you have a lot of options there. Some of the specs: 4 5/8, 7 3/4 overall with a 3.1 inch blade. That gives you 2.6 inches of cutting edge. 0.04014 behind the edge. 0.04 behind the edge would be thick. Weighs in at 3.8 ounces with the aluminum scales. There's a G10 version. I don't know what that weighs. They say on their website, but I don't remember what it was. Okay. So the thumb stud is the magic magnet in this equation. So you can flip the magnet thumb stud from one side to the other, and or you can remove it altogether without tools, they claim. It doesn't work that way for me, okay? I don't have nails or whatnot to be able to pull this out. So what I did is I took my pencil here and you push it out, and out comes this pin, which is not magnetic, but you have a little cylindrical donut style magnet here. That the easiest way I found was you put this back through the hole, and then you can align it with the hole on either side of the blade, pop it in, it snaps in, or the knife works perfectly fine with the thumb hole if you don't want a stud. I think it fires better with the stud for me, and I'm a right-handed guy, so I'm going to put it back in the right. Get rid of the little lint on my finger first. And if I didn't have such fat fingers, it would line up much easier. And then pops right back in. And they have the pin all the way through, so it really does hold it. It's locked in. So I think that's a cool aspect as well. You don't see that on a lot of knives. Sure, you have single thumb studs that you can reverse, but that's a cool way to do it. And it ties in the magnet feature that he is so well known for. But yeah, the lock back here, I do like that. It gives you an option. It's kind of like, be careful here. It's sort of like the shark lock. It's not the shark lock from Demko, but in functionality, in so much that you pull it back with the little tab, okay? Somebody made a comment in another video. No, it's totally different, blah, blah. I know it's different, but functionality-wise, you are pulling back on the spine. This is not necessarily an axis. It's a bar. Come on, guys. Semantics. You get what you get here, okay? Remember, it's free television. So speak, if you will. I think it's a pretty cool knife. They were like $325, $330 when you could get them. They are made by Best Tech. Brian is here in the United States somewhere. I don't remember where. In one of in the Factor video I did way long time ago, I gave a lot of details about him, if I remember, because I spent a lot of time. I talked to him before I did the video and things like that. So I think there's a lot more of the history back in my Factor video. And I think I might have a WinterBlade playlist. If so, I'll put it in the corner. If I just have the Factor video, I'll put that in the corner too for you. Why the heck not? Okay, let's quickly do a couple of size comparisons because I can see by the time I am rambling on this one. The Sharpie, the obligatory Spyderco the Kubi. And because I pulled out the Hellraiser from Red Horse Knife Works, let's line that bad boy up. You got that big old backspacer with the tail sticking out, like, you know, but I just love these Hellraiser models. They're just cool. In any configuration, I like them. There's been a couple I've seen that I like less than others, and some I like more than others, but you know, that's just a thing. So if you've got one of these, comment down below all the things I got wrong, because why not? And if you don't have one, well, let me know your thoughts on it, because it's cool. It's not my thing. I would not rush out and buy one. I don't like the aesthetics and things like that. That's just me. It's a personal thing. But I feel like I should tell you guys that sometimes. There you go. Thanks, guys.